Welcome to Connect Through Beauty 2.0. My name is Ashley Rivera, and I am so excited that you joined us today.
I'm Krista, and we are here to help you navigate the challenges and embrace the mistakes that come with this rewarding but demanding industry. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, our goal is to provide you with the knowledge and inspiration you need to help you level up within your career.
So we're going to start today with recognizing what burnout is, how to realize, okay, I think that I'm in this space of not loving where I'm at, and how can I get out of it? And then, so the following week after that, we're going to talk about how to overcome that. So today we're going to talk about recognizing it. How do we recognize that we are in that space? Next week, how are we overcoming this? Then we're going to talk about routines. Let's get into a routine and then a healthy mindset on top of that. So next 4 weeks are going to be really awesome podcasts, great talks, really a lot of tools for you to utilize right away so you can start preparing yourself a little bit better, coming to work, feeling really good about yourself, really good about what you're doing, and just becoming the best version of yourself. So I'm just so excited about it. So let's dive in. Recognizing Burnout, series number 1. I am happy to be doing this with you today, Krista. Thank you.
Yes, I'm so excited. I feel like this is something that happens in the industry, and it's so important we talk about it so we can work through it. So when you recognize burnout, like what are one of the first things that you sit down and you're like, okay, this is what I feel like I'm going through?
Oh, for me, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this is actually funny that we're starting to talk about this, because I do feel like I've gone through this multiple times in my life. And so I really want you guys listening to understand this isn't just something that happens once, you get over it, you move on. This is what's called pivoting. Like this is your moment of how I'm going to get past it and become better. So I know we all talk about burnout as more of a not so great thing, but I look at it, and I know you do too, Krista, as this is a really great thing that happens in life, where you come to a point and you do feel a lot of different feelings. Not motivated, number one. You're not fulfilled with what you're doing, is not filling your bucket like it used to. And recognizing that, seeing that for what it is, and how can you get better is the best way to move through it. On knowing that you're going through it, moving through it, that's the journey. That's what it's all about. And I have to say, I have gone through that multiple times, like crazy. So, I feel like I have gone through that recently within the last year, where is this, I've been doing what I've been doing for 8 years. What's my next step? I need a next step. I need to get to the next thing. But what is that? And what does it look like? And how can I get there? What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I love that you said this is something where we choose to focus on the positive outlook of burnout, because burnout is a negative. I mean, it's not great. It does suck to be going through it. But when you focus on how it redirects your purpose and you're able to actually focus on what you truly love and what you truly desire, it opens your mind and it opens the possibilities, and they're endless. And I actually have like written down in my notes, if you choose to focus on the bad, you only see the bad. So when it comes to burnout, we need to focus on the good, where that's going to take us, and how we can start setting these boundaries, and how we can work better to be the best versions of ourselves. And first thing I want to say about burnout is burnout doesn't happen when you're doing things you love. Burnout happens when you're focusing it on the wrong thing. So wrong direction. So when it comes to experiencing burnout, we need to kind of take a step back and realize, okay, what is it that I'm doing that I'm currently not loving? And, some recognizing burnout and some things that I notice that, okay, maybe this is what I'm experiencing, is my emotional state. Are little things triggering me? these tiny minor things, if that's triggering me, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to say, okay, I might be experiencing burnout right now. Like, let me take a step back and look at what it is I'm doing that is currently making me unhappy and how I can change that. Another thing I feel that burnout can actually cause is feeling drained. So when you leave the salon, if you're feeling unfulfilled, if you're feeling, like you don't want to spend time with family and you just want to kind of close the doors off and lock yourself in a room, that is another really big sign of burnout. And, another behavior too, we tend to go to maybe like alcohol or, other substances that we tend to cover up our emotions and our feelings. And that's another behavior that we can recognize burnout and say, okay, this is what I'm going through. How can I overcome this?
Oh, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. And actually that's one of my things too, where
Mhm.
I have a rule. I don't want to drink during the week. Don't want to have a
Yep.
glass of wine during the week. That's just my thing. And if I have that feeling of wanting to do that or go off of my routine, go off of my beliefs or my values, that is a trigger for myself. Okay, what
Yep.
else is going on? There's something else that's going on because
Yep.
really, like, this is for myself. On the weekends, it's a social thing. It's a just a thing that I'm gonna do, right? But during the week, I really want to stay on my routine, on my path. How can I, become better and better each day? And that will derail me and take me off my path.
Mhm.
So, what else is going on? So, those are the questions I start to kind of ask myself and go through.
Mhm. Now, as stylists, I feel like this industry, there's certain things that tend to lead people to burnout. And I feel like specifically it can be long work hours. So working extremely long days can really, really drain you, and weekends as well, because when we're focusing so much on our business, we're not focusing on our family or other things outside of work that are fulfilling us. So I feel long work hours can actually lead to burnout. Another thing too is performing the same service. We get stuck in a rut. Maybe we have retouch client after retouch client or foil client after foil client. And it tends to lose that excitement that we get behind the chair, that excitement when we do something new, or that exciting feeling when you overcame a challenge you didn't know you could overcome. That repetition can actually put you into a rut and can lead to burnout. Another thing too is your work environment, the people you surround yourself with. I love this quote. It's you're most like the five people you spend time around.
Yeah,
And our coworkers in our environment, we spend more time with them than we do with our own family. So
definitely.
making sure that you love who you work with, I think is so important as well, because that negative work environment can also lead to burnout. Another thing as well, I mean, we're in a people pleasing industry. So client expectations are really high, especially with social media nowadays, and seeing these large transformation services can really exceed a client's expectations. And when we don't meet those, that hurts. It kind of, it hits. It hits home, especially when we love what we do. So that's another thing that I would say would lead to burnout. And lastly, no work-life balance.
Right.
If you are diving so deep into work, I feel like you're not taking the time outside to separate work and social life. That social life is so important in order to have a good work life.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
No, I agree. I agree absolutely. And I think this goes back to a couple of episodes ago that we talked about, filling your cup up.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about this a lot and we will continue this conversation because it's very, very important to be able to have something of your own. And as a mom, I can speak to the moms out there. You are you're giving to everyone and you're just adding so much to your plate, and I feel like the more you add, the less time you have for yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if we can just clear our plate and only put on that the important things, the things that matter, and include something for yourself, that is really going to help. What do you think about that? I think that we overload so much stuff, noise, things that we don't need to overload, right? And if
Hmm.
we work harder, or we work smarter, not harder, is what I meant to say,
Yeah.
then we can start kind of, I don't know, dictating like how these things get done. And we can start maybe getting a cleaning lady,
Mhm.
having someone mow the lawn, things like that. Like we get smarter at our business behind the chair. Our work, our home life and our work life really flows really well like that. So
Yeah.
I think thinking about those things, having those goals, um,
Hmm.
really definitely help. And then, also just, I can't say it enough, do things for yourself.
Hmm. Book those lunches on your books. I know I'm guilty of this as well. I actually just went through my schedule the other day and tried to add lunches where I could or block off where I could, because it's
Yeah.
those little things and those little times that really allow you to regroup with yourself and just take a step back. That way you can go in and you can go in more fulfilled, inspired, and just ready to keep on going. But there's this quote too, and it's basically talking about, we use the term work smarter, not harder. Working smarter is going to help you in the long run. Working harder is going to lead you to burnout. And in this industry, we start and they're like, you're going to be working so much. You're going to be assisting 6 days a week. On your day off, you're going to be taking a model. And, I feel like this industry, it's been shaped for us to work harder, not
Hmm.
smarter.
Hmm.
And that's exactly why so many stylists experience burnout. I mean,
Hmm.
this industry is the number one industry for burnout. Half the people I went to school with don't even do hair anymore.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
over half. I think there's only four of us out of the 25 students that are actually still stylists today. And
Mm,
that just makes me so sad because I know there's so much we can do to overcome that. And recognizing it is the first step.
absolutely. The absolute first step.
Hmm.
Just admitting, what I'm doing isn't working.
Yeah.
And get very honest with yourself. This is the business I chose. I want to be here, but maybe get honest that maybe you don't and you see yourself in a different capacity in the industry. Like
Hmm.
like myself, I was behind the chair and decided, okay, I want to still be here. There's no way I'm leaving this industry. Like no way, no how. Where else can I see myself going? And maybe it does take a pivot like that, but maybe it doesn't. And maybe it does just staying a little uncomfortable for a little bit longer and pushing through it just to add more goals to yourself, and
Hmm.
seeing yourself in a different light, I think will really help as well.
Yeah. I love
Going
that.
back
I
to
love your perspective.
Yeah, going back to what you're saying, like it doesn't set you up like that because it's not what we're taught in school, but that's okay. So I think when you're in school, that is when you have to look for a salon that supports you and you in your life, right? Not just behind the chair, not just behind, making the money and producing. How can they make you better as an individual? And I think that's
Hmm.
very important. Education, how can we help you get better? How can we help make this a lifelong journey? So that's important too.
Yeah, I love that. We spend so much time focusing on our hands and our technical skills, but what about our mindset? What
Yes,
about our emotional intelligence? That is just as important because without that, we can't apply our physical, our technical skills.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
and to your point, like you said before, this is the people industry, and we talk about it a lot. It's when you're first starting out, this is new, right? And people come with a lot of things, and just kind of learning how to adapt to that and then take care of yourself, adapt to that client, now take care of yourself again, now adapt to that client, now take care of yourself, kind of getting into a routine like that. You can't just give, 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 give without ever giving back to yourself. It doesn't last long, will never last long. It just won't. And unfortunately, I see a lot of people get into a negative mindset where it does get a little toxic. And you're right. You should be hanging out with people that are not in the back room talking negative. You should be
Yep.
hanging around the people that are positive, that want to see you succeed. How can they help you get to where you need to get to? How can they
Hmm.
help and support you through this period of time? Because I'm sure they've gone through it too.
Yep. Yeah, I love that you said it's a routine as well in terms of taking care of our guests, but then taking care of us. Because as stylists, we tend to say, oh, I have a vacation 6 months from now, or, we do something for ourselves once a year. It's like if I just push through a little bit longer, I'll be on the beach, drinking a margarita and I'll be great by the end of this month, but it's
Yeah,
actually about finding time for yourself in between that, not just one time a year where you get to just let loose. It's
right.
finding that work life balance of how many days am I going to do this and blocking out time for yourself as well. So I love that you made it a point that it is a routine to take care of our clients, but also take care of ourselves at the same time.
Yeah, it's a must. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the example. I've said this a couple times too, but did you ever get in the car at the end of the day and drive home and not even remember how you got there?
Yep.
Like, so that is a huge example of, by the time you get to vacation, how burnt out you will be, and you won't be able to enjoy your vacation. If
Mm-mm.
you don't live in the now and you don't take care of it now, you cannot possibly enjoy anything else that's happening around
Mm-hmm.
you. And
Yep.
sometimes it just takes, you have to push yourself into the mindset of, I'm going to enjoy my ride home. I'm going to look around. I'm going to see something I never saw before, and it's a habit, a routine. These are
Mm-hmm.
things we keep talking about. But it's not just something, you're not going to get out of burnout because it's going to happen overnight and just because you want to. It's something you work at, just like a relationship that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You must work at the habits, you must work at the routines.
Yeah, and we grow each time after experiencing burnout. Like you said in the beginning of this, it's not something you experience one time.
No,
It's something that we're probably going to experience multiple times within our career and within our life. And that's okay because it just means we're focusing in the wrong areas and it's time to sit back and redirect that purpose.
definitely. I was on a run this morning listening to a podcast and was talking about, it's okay not to know what your next step is, but get up every morning and write down 5 things you want to do, 5 goals you have. It doesn't mean you're going to do them today. It just means you're starting to get your mind to think in a different way. And it goes to what you were saying, you might not be focusing in the right direction. And that's okay. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
thing, because you're challenging yourself. You're challenging your mind to think in a little bit of a different way. And I think that that's huge, so
Mm-hmm.
valuable. And for me, it was like, I needed to hear that. I
Yeah.
needed I needed to hear just a little something different that I didn't hear
Mm-hmm.
before. I like it.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, because if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And
exactly.
yep,
Absolutely.
amazing.
1000.
So that kind of leads into our next topic, going on to how to overcome these things that we've talked about and how to grow from these and recognizing these areas where maybe we can improve on our improve our business and improve our mental health as well. So Ashley, going into our next one, what can people expect from our next episode?
Ah, I love it. So now we talked about recognizing, and I'm excited to get into the next episode because we're going to give you the tools to how to overcome it. So it's one thing to recognize it, but okay, so now what do I do? What's my next steps? So I can't wait.
Yes, I'm excited. We'll see you guys next week on Connect to Beauty 2.0.
Hello everyone, it's Ashley Rivera. I just wanted to let you know about Canvas Me. Have you guys heard of this platform yet? Oh my goodness, talk about a game changer. If you're a salon owner and you have trouble recruiting, this is the platform for you. So go to canvasme.com right now, sign up today. You will not regret it. The people that I recruit on this platform are incredible. They are our people. Every salon has its own culture. And guys, you as a salon professional out there, you're looking for a salon to join, this is the platform to join too, because now you can look for your home, your place, the atmosphere, the environment that you want and you've been always envisioning. So guys, check it out right now, canvasme.com. You won't regret it.